He was in a pepper, and he is very alive, and his eyes are sticking out. Oh shit.
But like obviously, although I enjoyed the like, this is the end.
And in the series, they finally showed where Twin Peaks was, right?
Yeah, it's always been watching.
I neglected my smoke bush. The heat wave burned all of his leaves. But he looks terrible. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. My poor boy. Look at that. It happened again. Not for you. I think he is the same type as last time. My friend, get on the stick. I will let you out. Or fly out, that's fine. Oh man, he's so handsome. He's so handsome. Oh. There he went. Working on this painting, just started it. Watching Prince of Egypt. I love the soundtrack to this show. And the animation's really good too. Like really, really good. So I'm painting this this mountain range as for my illustrated spaces. I got cutouts because I really like the wood grain and I don't want to obliterate it entirely. I like to keep it. And you can actually kind of still see it because even with the watercolor ground, it doesn't really absorb watercolor that well. But as I add layers, it's working fine. I'm okay with this, so I'm going to continue. I'm working from these pictures. I don't know how old I am. This might have been 1991. This is an Oliver BC, and it doesn't look anything like that anymore, so that's why I'm painting it. And I can't even look up photo references because, like I said, it doesn't look like this anymore. This is from 1991. And this is from maybe 2002, 2003, so it still doesn't look like this anymore either. Like, it's all just houses now. All the trees are gone. Like, all the trees are gone. Everything beyond this peach tree in the front, all houses. You can't even see the mountain anymore. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge to get this chunk, of which I have no pictures. So I'm gonna have to make it up. I'm already at the ugly stage here. Well, part of it is probably just because it's just always here. And that part is the fact that it's super dark in here. I don't know what's going on outside. It's smoky. And our lighting in this room isn't great. I got this one desk lamp and we got this one lamp, so it's kind of crappy lighting. So I can't really, I can see the colors better on this camera screen than I can in real life. So maybe I should just look through the camera more often. But yeah, the colors are not really winning me over here. I did like the top ridge of the mountain before I tried to adjust the color a little bit. I'll have to redo that. Other than that, I'm really struggling. Every time I try to use watercolor and wood, I struggle with it because it's really hard to layer. It seems more absorbent, so I'm using more paint. But at the same time, it doesn't absorb enough, so the colors come out really dull. And I'm sure most of that is actually just because the wood isn't white. Because watercolor relies a lot on the surface to be white to show off the actual color. I'm thinking maybe I'm just being too harsh on this, but I find that my paintings generally are not loose enough. I think that I overwork them too much, and so I have to remind myself not to work this too much, just to let it be wishy-washy when it turns out, like right now, like I don't know where to go from here. I can't seem to pull out any shapes in the wood because of the way it sort of spreads more. On the other hand, look at this cool plate. That looks cool. Very pretty. Why can't it look like this on the wood? Why? So yesterday was a pretty lazy morning, as my mornings always are. I'm a really slow starter. I had half of an ice cap from Tim Hortons yesterday, and I was so wired that I couldn't actually fall asleep until like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I woke up at 7 and I was still wired. Ended up doing all these things to start, so I decided I was going to do an ACO video today. And thinking, you know what, I should do a practice ACO of a lily pad pond done in this ink again, the Amsterdam ink. I'm gonna find out how hydrophobic it is after it dries, because I want to do watercolor glaze over it, and I'm having a suspicion that I can't do that, but I'm gonna find out. Otherwise I might have to watercolor ground over it. That's why I got the transparent ground for. So I was going to do lily pads with the gray ink, and then do one pink lotus flower, because water lily rather. So I don't know, I'm just saying I had this cool idea that I think could turn into a really big painting, and I can use this ACO to test it and see if I'm correct. Because I was watching this video by Fuzzy Little Peach, one of her Q&As. She said that you can't usually create what you envision in your mind, because what you envision in your mind is your ability 5 years from now. And so the things that I'm imagining now and I'm struggling with, like this painting, is because I'm working 5 years ahead of myself. I don't know why I brought that up, but another thing that I really wanted to do is that, you ever watch those YouTube videos where people show their AP art or GSE portfolios and stuff, and I always kind of felt jealous that our school never did anything like that. We didn't have A-level anything. I would have loved the art classes, and one thing that the portfolios all seem to have in common... Whoa, why did I do this? It's so messy. I'm gonna have to sketch all over this stuff. Anyway, it says that they pick artists that they admire, and then they write about them and copy their work, and then make an art project taking techniques from those people. So I kind of wanted to do that myself, because who's stopping me? I don't have to go to school to do this. Come on. So I picked some artists that I thought were really cool. I just kind of came upon them when I was looking for watercolor references for trees. And I saw some artists have this really notable style. And these pictures do not do justice, because this is a laser print. So I got Ken Long, and I got Singa Park, because I really love her stuff, even though this is not a landscape. So that's basically what I was going to do. I was going to take some artists that I really like, write about it like I did with the undersea animals. This person's artwork just blew me away. Bill Watterson, of course. I was trying to think of artists that have really notable styles. And of course, Stephanie Law. She was my idol when I was in high school. And so after I do this, so I was going to make a copy of this over here to practice their technique and see if I can figure out what they're doing, because that's what artists do. We see something and we try to find out how they did it. And so when I'm done this, I'm going to take, again, more ACOs. I'm going to do a scenery from one of the photos I've taken recently. And I'm going to do the same scenery 5 or 6 times, or however many artists I have. I think it's 5. 5 times. And each one is going to be in the style of each of these artists. And I hope that's okay, because it is going to be my my sketch, my photo reference. Everything's going to be mine, except for it's going to be a shout out to these people's specific styles. And I'm going to try to do it in that style. And I'm hoping that I will learn something from this. I'm hoping that I will learn from this how to be loose with my colors and with my details. Same with this. This one has a combination of really tight details, but also loose everything else. I feel like you would learn how to find your focus and omit things that aren't really important to the picture. Because like I said, I overwork my stuff so much. I was hoping with this artist I could learn how to be more patient, because he goes in and he does all these perfect little details, and it's just blocks of color, it's just shapes. There's no real outlining going on here except for maybe in the cliffside. So I really want to be able to do detailing like that. And Bill Watterson is looseness again, but he does have some heavy ink qualities that the other ones don't have. So I'm really excited to start this, even though I don't really have time to start this. I can make time. Yes, we are getting down to the end of the sketchbook. I got a few pages here. It was so hard to find 5 in a row to do this because I keep emptying my palette in this book. I need to clear some space on my laptop, and I thought about burning my YouTube videos onto discs, but it would be way too many discs, and I don't care enough about the videos, so like when I get older I'm gonna have all these discs full of video files that I won't even care about, and it seems kind of wasteful to me, so I got a thing. I got this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 4 terabytes of storage. Completely overkill, but it was $100 and I could not say no. Could not say no. And it comes with a sweet box. Who wants it? Who wants it? Me? You want a box? You don't care about a box, do you? Here you go. The internet told me you like things. Is it true? Is it true, Maggie? The cats like boxes? How about that? Nothing. I know.